Rapala's new DT Flat series, a logical extension of our acclaimed Dives 2 family of crankbaits.
Nice bump on that one. Got it right there with the sure set on the tail end on that DT Flat. Wow, what a fish.
So why a flat-sided crankbait, you might ask? After all, Columbus proved the world to be round, and fat-bodied crankbaits have dominated the bassin world for years. Well, at Rapala, we're not out to rewrite history, just to make it. And in the fishing world, flat just might be the shape of things to come.
We'll talk a little bit about why this lure is so unique and so different than a normal round crankbait. This bait actually has a totally unique action, and the reason for that is it has flat sides and it also has the coffin bill. Those combinations of both of those things makes a very, very unique action in this bait. Unlike a round crankbait, when it hits a piece of cover and just goes off to the side and just keeps its normal retrieve going, this bait has what we call a tripping effect. In other words, when it hits a piece of cover, it wants to trip itself and then right itself. In other words, it's a totally unique action to any other crankbait. And the reason for that is the coffin bill is the main reason, but also the flat sides. Now, this bait, when it actually trips itself and it starts its retrieve, again, you don't just have the side-to-side wobble, you also have the roll. And that's very unique, and it's going to trigger a lot more strikes in that shallow water.
The Rapala DT Flat is available in 2 sizes. The original DT Flat 7 dives to 7 feet, while the new DT Flat 3 excels in shallower areas of 3 feet or less. They're available in 6 DT Flat colors and in 5 Sure Set series colors, with metallic paint scales that add a shimmering flash on the retrieve. To enhance their flat sides, new color patterns were developed to provide the maximum amount of contrast, with slightly muted colors carefully selected to be effective in shallower water.
Shallow running crankbaits like the Flat 3, they're full profile. Although this bait is flat, it still has a very thick profile, and it's got a short stubby lip, and that type of bait is really good for coming through cover. Lay down trees, brush tops, flooded brush, lily pads, you name it. And the really good thing about it is you can put this bait in places where most people would even think twice about throwing a spinnerbait. And they're incredibly snag resistant. You can get them in the toughest stuff and bring it right through, because that bill is so broad, it'll deflect off the cover, and that's what generates a strike. When that thing deflects off any kind of cover, generally that's when you get bit.
Rapala's DT Flat series lures retain all the original DT qualities, ranging from quickly diving to a prescribed depth and staying there, to great castability and more.
You want to throw this bait right up in that heavy cover, right in that shallow cover, 1 to 2 foot deep. Hold your right tip up just like I'm doing right here, and just slow roll this crankbait right through that brush, right through those logs, come right through there. That's what you're trying to do, is hit those things, cause that tripping effect that it has, and that's when your strike's going to come.
Fabricated, of course, with the same meticulous craftsmanship that has made all Rapala lures legendary, the DT Flat series is constructed from super select balsa with polycarbonate lips and either Rapala's exclusive Sure Set or VMC black nickel pyramid point hooks. Take your pick. Each one is hand-tuned and tank-tested to run true right out of the box. The Rapala DT Flat series, flat out fantastic, and the shape of things to come.